boxing champion and a fighter that's highly supported by Jake Paul, Amanda Serrano, has offered to step in place of Kayla Harrison to fight Amanda Nunes at UFC 324. It's an interesting proposition. I doubt it happens because Dana White, he's got a little bit of trust issues and he wants to make sure everything kind of goes through smoothly and the fight is somewhat fair. And Amanda Serrano has been boxing often, and a switch from boxing to MMA is still complicated. I know some of you might say, "Well, it's fighting. How complicated can it be?" It's complicated. There are rules. There are very specific rules between the both between these two respective sports. There's really concrete rules that you can't really break. You're kicking in MMA. You're not kicking in boxing. There are certain places you can place punches in boxing that are or in MMA that you can't place in boxing. Okay, so there's really strict rules here, and you got to get used to the rule changes. You got to get used to kind of what's the word, like widening your technique out. When you transition to MMA, there are a lot more strikes you can throw. You also got to factor in the grappling. A lot of practice you got to put into your grappling. Get that pretty much spruced up for a fight in MMA. So the transition from boxing to MMA and vice versa is complicated and requires time. I'm not sure if enough time can be allotted to Serrano to survive the female MMA GOAT in Amanda Nunes. I just don't see it happening. Again, it's interesting though. I credit Amanda Serrano for having this level of bravery, and she has looked good in the world of MMA. She's fought there before, but again, it's just the time she spent in boxing recently that worries me about her fighting the female MMA GOAT. If she's been like doing MMA, you know, very frequently as well, while she's simultaneously boxing, then there's a conversation to be had. But if she's just been boxing and not doing anything in MMA, since she's, fought last, it's an issue. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff to be looked at here. It's interesting. I'd say yes. If I was Dana, I'd actually say yes because it makes this interesting. It makes this, it brings attention to this. This is something that you really want to find out about. You know, a boxer stepping into the octagon with a fighter that is legendary, more legendary than any other of her peers in that organization, in Amanda Nunes. Overall, let me know what you think.